Well, hello everybody. I am JayLeonardJ, and today we're going to find out if the MIDI Commander is the MIDI controller for you. Well, if you are in the market for a new MIDI controller, guess what? I'm pretty sure you've seen this, haven't you? This is the Meloaudio MIDI Commander. And I know why you've seen it. It's because it's super small, it has a lot of features, it's super lightweight, and it's incredibly affordable for the amount of things that you're getting in this box. But I can understand that a lot of you cats out there have different MIDI requirements for your specific setup. Everyone's setup is like snowflakes. It's particular for you. And when you're researching MIDI pedals, it can get a little bit confusing which ones have the features you need, which ones don't. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to talk about all the things that this pedal can do and all the things that this pedal can't do. And hopefully you'll get a great idea of seeing if this is the perfect thing to integrate into your rig. I'm going to be plugging it into using Kettner Black Spirit 200. So let's wire it up and let's put this pedal through its paces. Well, the MIDI Commander is designed to be very simple to use, very straight ahead, very easy. So let's talk about what it can do for you. Number one is it can handle all your program changes, all 128 presets in your MIDI device. It can switch between all of them very, very easily. And there's actually 3 ways to map them. You can have it so that all your presets are on the bottom row here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when you go bank up, it'll actually handle 5, 6, 7, 8. You can have 5 presets per bank, which goes from A to E, or make it so that all 8 buttons here are your presets. The way I have this thing mapped out right now is I just have the bottom row doing it. So number 1 preset would be my clean tone. The next preset would be number 2, which is my overdrive tone. My third preset would be my distortion. And lastly, my 4th preset is my distortion with just a little bit of delay in it. In terms of how the presets move from bank to bank, you could have it so that when you change the bank, you'll have everything blink on and off and you get to choose what preset you want it to switch to. Or if you're the person that likes to program their entire set list in order of presets, you can actually just press the bank up and it'll immediately go to your next preset. So you have 2 different ways to move your way around that whole thing. In addition to preset changes, you could also assign controller changes to this unit as well. You can actually put it on any of the foot switches that you want. What I did is in preset 1, I have it so that when I press this button over here, it's going to turn on and off the chorus that I have in the preset. So this is my normal tone. When I press number 3, it'll immediately turn on the chorus. And when I press it again, just like a normal pedal, it'll turn it off. There's 2 ways you can set your controller changes. You can have it so that it just toggles between on and off, just like a normal guitar pedal. Or you can have it so that it always just presses on. That really helps if you're using it to control your tap tempo, or if you're using it to control like the recording settings on your DAW. There are also 2 expression pedal outs on this unit as well. Right now I have the first expression output set to the reverb on my amp, so I can easily just change the amount of reverb I hear on the fly. You can power this unit with 2 AAA batteries, or you can use the USB out and use something like your cell phone charger. If you have rechargeable AAA batteries, this thing also does support internal charging when you're using a power supply. So that way you don't have to move your AAA batteries out at all. For all of you using this unit with a computer, you don't have to use a MIDI cable. You could actually use the USB out as well, and there's no drivers to download at all. This thing comes with a selection of different host modes. And what a host mode is it's just kind of like a preset layout. So if you have something like a Kemper unit or an Axe-Fx or Helix, you don't have to program it. They actually have the layout for that already built in. And the cool thing about all of those different layouts is you can easily assign a different MIDI channel to them and switch them in between them when you power up the unit. So you don't have to change all your mappings and change all your presets when you're switching your MIDI devices. This pedal is all about keeping things very, very straight ahead and very simple. But obviously when you're doing something like that, there's a couple things that it won't be able to do for you. The first thing that comes to mind is you can't actually run more than one MIDI channel at a time. So if you're the kind of person that has multiple MIDI units and you want to use this to control multiple MIDI units on different channels, you can't do that. And if you do that, you have to keep them all on the same channel and make sure that all the presets and controller changes match up. Program changes are always going to move sequentially as you go up the bank, so it always moves from 1 all the way to 128, so you can't change the order of the presets on this unit. When it comes to the controller changes, there's 3 things you got to know. Number 1 is there's no momentary function on this thing, so all the switches are latching. Number 2, when it comes to the value of the foot switch, it's always an on command or an off command. So if you want to have a specific value, it's not going to do that. And lastly, once you assign a controller number to a specific foot switch, it's always going to be there. It doesn't change depending on what preset or bank you are on. Lastly, the 2 bank knobs, they're not remappable. They're always going to be bank up and bank down. And for all you guitar users out there, there is no 9-volt output. It's only charged via the USB or the AAA batteries. So in a nutshell, that is the MIDI Commander. Wow, it's a very practical, very cool, very useful unit that I've been finding a lot of use for. Mostly I'm using it with this Hughes and Kettner amp. I'm also using it with Cubase when I'm doing overdubs just to keep things nice and hands-free. So I guess my question for all you subscribers out there is, what would you use the MIDI Commander for in your rig? Thank you so much for watching. Please keep commenting. Please keep subscribing. That being said, I guess I will see you all soon. Take care and goodbye.